Okay, so today we are going to talk about all the books that I read in April. So I read 6 books in April. I only have 5 here, but I read 6 books. The first book I read, which I don't have here, it was Stalking Jack the Ripper by I forget who. I didn't like that book. I bought it years ago, right? When that author and that series, because I think it's the first in a series, was really popular. And I think also, yeah, it was a couple of years ago, and I just only got around to reading it now. And I just didn't enjoy it. It's YA, and I don't dislike YA. I still like a lot of YA, but it was just too young, maybe? No, that's not it. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the plot twist at the end. Spoilers if you're going to read it, or if, yeah. I just didn't like the plot twist. I don't think her brother was set up very well to be Jack the Ripper. There was no real, in the end, they had she had flashback scenes. So it's like, oh, this was blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, because, yes, you can use them, but all of his reactions in those situations, like being nervous when the cops showed up at her house, or worried, were completely warranted. It wasn't an unreasonable reaction for him to have. So I just don't think, I think other people would love it. I just didn't like it. It was a pretty good book. It was pretty well written, blah, blah, blah. I just didn't like it. Okay, next one I read was I Who Have Never Known Men. Completely different direction. Loved this book. So good. It's pretty short. It's only 200 pages. I think I read it pretty fast, to be honest. It was just, basically it's about 30 women who are in an underground bunker. They have guards, blah, 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 and they just live there. They don't do anything, nothing. And then one day, the guards disappear, the power goes out, and they're able to get out of the bunker because one of the guards dropped the key. And it's about their journey and what happened to them after they got out. It was really good. Very, I wouldn't call it unsatisfying, but it was unsatisfying in a good way. The women got no answers, you got no answers. There was no omnipotent author, narrator, to explain to you what happened. It was just their journey based off a young girl. So all of the ladies, the 29 ladies, they're all older, starting in their 20s or whatever. But this girl, I think she went in when she was 5 or something. She was accidentally put in there with them, and it's about her growing up in there, and it was really good. Really liked it. Next one I read, In Cold Blood. It was a true story about a murder. These 2 guys murdered this whole family one night because they thought they had a whole heap of cash. Turns out they didn't. And it's just about the detectives and trying to figure out what's going on, and the guys after they got away, and then what happened to how they got caught, blah, blah, blah. It was pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know what I'd rate it. 6 out of 10? I don't like when people rate books out of 5. That gives you absolutely... What are we rating? Out of 5? You've only got 5 ratings. That is so limiting. Anyway. Next one. think, I don't remember actually. Anywho, This Woven Kingdom, loved this book. Loved this book. I didn't hate the main character. It's always a bonus when that happens. It was just, I think it was very well paced. Like, the book is literally over, I think it's like 3 days. So, but it doesn't, like, you know it's only over 3 days and you can understand and process that, but it doesn't drag on. It's really good. Really loved it. Will be buying the next one in the series when I'm allowed to buy books again, because I am currently not buying books, unfortunately. Wait, I didn't even know what the next one's called. Couldn't tell you. Oh well. Anywho, cliffhanger, obviously. The good guy turns out to be the bad guy. Big shocker there. I did see that coming though, in the beginning. That, like, because they have a little bit of lore at the beginning, and then, you know, at the end, when the bad guy is revealed, it's like, yeah, we kind of saw that coming. I did, anyway, but. Next up, The Spy and the Traitor. Good book. Great book. Made me want to be a spy. Crazy that. Books about assassins make you want to be an assassin. Books about spies make you want to be spies. Someone just drove past. Really good. Yeah, so it's a book about a KGB spy who turned traitor and spied for Britain. And yeah, it's about what he spied and then how he got caught and then how he got away. Crazy plans. Like, it's a true story, right? It's about a real guy, but it's like so when he went back to, he was called back to Russia because he was stationed in England, and then he was called back to Russia because the KGB were a little suspicious. Anyway, the escape plan that his handler came up with to get him out of Russia if he needed to get out. Crazy. It's shocking that it worked. Like, yeah. So it was so circumstantial, you know, everything had to line up. Really enjoyed it. I like books with pictures because it gives you context and people to, you know, think of. Wasn't a bad looking guy. Anyway, last book I read, Queen of Fire. I'm quite sad this series ended for me. It was a journey, one I will take again, maybe one day when I've read every other book in the world. I just loved it. I loved it so much. Here's, like, okay, I don't know, I love books where romance isn't the main plot. Don't get me wrong, I love a good romance as much as the next gal, but sometimes you just need a book written by a man, no romance. Well, there's obviously romance in it because he's a man, but it's not like written by a woman sort of romance. I love books written by men about, like, fantasy, this sort of stuff, because I kind of feel like it's kind of like YN self-insert for them. It's so fun. But I really liked it. I'm not going to explain the whole plot to you because this is the third book in the series and they're this big, like 800 pages, so there are 2 other books about the same guy, about Aelin. It was, right? I read 4 books about this guy. Surely I can remember his name. Pretty sure. Not him. Valen. I knew Aelin's from Throne of Glass series. I don't know, I haven't read it, but she's from there, right? Yeah, I do want to read that series too. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses, just the first book, and I haven't finished it. I might finish the series one day, but I didn't particularly enjoy the first book. I was like, oh, this is fine. You know what books I did like? You know, books are good. The Cruel Prince. Such good books. I remember, so I bought them once again a few years ago. Then I got around to reading them last year. But before that, I had started like the first 5 pages of A Cruel Prince. And I was like, oh, I'm so bored already. And then I'm like, come back to it a year later. And I read it. And I read all 3 books in a day. So, turns out they're actually really good. Anyway, sad to be done, happy to be done. It's a bit of a 50-50, like, done a series. I love finishing series, but it's so sad at the same time. Anywho, yeah, so April was honestly, I think I read more books in April than I have the rest of the year. It was April last month, right? April, May. No, May. Did I say April before? Anyway, May. Yeah, so far I haven't even read one book in June. I'm halfway through one, but yeah. Anyway, so honestly, it was a pretty good month because I enjoyed all books bar one. So like 90% is pretty good. Well, it's not 90%. I don't know. How do you work a percentage out of 6? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And I might see you next month.